What's going on? Brent Namco, aka the Fantasy Smack Talk Dart Champion, right here.
He wins one game.
The loser of the Dart Championship.
All of a sudden, he's the Dart Champion.
So Dustin, before we get into this video, which is we're going to ask, what are some questions? We've seen some reports. What does it actually mean? That's pretty much the base of this video. It's new for us. Comment below if you like it at the end of this video, because obviously you don't know if you like it right now.
Terrible setup of what this video is. So all the time during camp, there's these reports that come out, and it's like, oh, it's said as a statement, Freeman is the next starting running back for Denver. And then they put a question mark at the end, and then it's okay for them to say it that way. There's all these reports that come out, and what does it mean? Which ones should we actually care about? Which ones actually have us moving guys up and down the draft boards? That's what we're talking about. We're going through each one that we picked here, and we're talking, do we care about it? Does it actually matter, or is this just someone trying to get their headline read? So that's what we're talking about. Before we get into it though, we're partnering with FanDuel.
Guess who's back? FanDuel, baby!
We're partnering with FanDuel again this year, so we're going to have our game. Click on the link in the description to join our game. It's a Beat the Experts.
Oh, we're doing that again?
If you beat all the experts, you can. FanDuel will be giving out some free entries into the following week's contests. So if you're going to join some leagues, you might as well join one where you can win the same cash you would win in others, and maybe something a little extra, another entry into a cash game. So click on the link in the description to join our game.
All right, Dustin, first question. Dak.
Yes.
Quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. You know what they say? They say he's clicking with the wide receivers out there. What do you think about that?
So we had Dak on our sleeper list
kind of question
because we felt like it was just every year there seems to be some overcorrections, and we think Dak is an overcorrection. Everyone says, oh, he's got no one to throw it to, and then put him all the way down at like the 18th quarterback. And it's just like, hang on a second. He's got a great run game. He's got a great offensive line. And it's not like he still has receivers. They're not terrible. He's got Allen Hurns, he's got Terrence Williams, he's got Tavon Austin, who's interesting, and he's got Gallup, who has already started to get some nice rapport with Dak. So this is kind of what we've said all along, is there's been overcorrection on Dak. He looked great his first preseason game. We think Dak's actually going to start moving up the draft boards a little bit, so I'm buying this. I think, yes, they're getting through what they need to get through. Dak will be just fine. Chris Carson, a report came out. Chris Carson is Seahawks bell cow? Question mark?
Am I buying this as of this very moment in time? Sure, that's because Penny broke his finger and he's going to be out 3 to 4 weeks. But long term is really what this thing is. And do I buy it? Absolutely not. They drafted Penny in the first round for the reason. While I think Carson is going to potentially even start week 1, I think soon enough Penny is going to take over that job. Now, I have moved Penny below the likes of Freeman in my rankings because I kind of like Freeman's situation a little bit more. Chris Carson's pretty good, but you got to remember, Pete Carroll, anytime he talks about anybody, it's like, oh my God, he's so amazing. He's like the best shape he's ever been in, like Brandon Marshall right now. Oh, Brandon Marshall's amazing. That's just the way Pete Carroll rolls. So I'm selling this. He's not going to be the bell cow.
But he is moving up draft boards.
Well, you got to handcuff him, and we'll do a handcuff video for that. But I think Penny and Carson handcuff is something you should consider. All right, Dustin, did you know that John Brown is the standout wide receiver at Ravens camp? What does that mean to you?
So it's at least interesting because when you look at the Ravens, I mean, they got Crabtree, they got Snead. There's a lot of passing yards to go around out there. And John Brown, it was 2015, so it's a little ways ago, but he had over 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns. If he can stay healthy, he could be relevant and be a boomer bust weekly guy. So yes, I'm buying it.
As a wide receiver, what is he? 5 or 6.
Okay. I mean, just in 12-team leagues, he's on your radar in one of the last couple rounds. It's just a wide receiver flyer. It is interesting though. It's not a terrible situation for him.
Tell you what, auction leagues, he's a great dollar guy.
He's a great dollar guy. Just see what happens. All right, good one for the 49ers. Clearly favorite target for Jimmy, but Garcon in most rankings up until recently was before.
Yeah. We were on the Goodwin bandwagon many moons ago. We knew that Jimmy G, that was his favorite target. It was obvious last year. There was a 4-game stretch where he got 7 catches a game, about 100 yards in those games. And Jimmy, they had a connection already last year, and all the reports on Goodwin are just that he's in better shape. They're clicking. So I am buying this, and I actually think he is going to be more valuable in fantasy than Pierre Garçon this year. All right, Dustin.
What you got?
Oh, what do I got? I got your boy.
Ooh, Mitchell?
I got Mitchell Trubisky. And you know what's happening with Mitch right now? He's been a little uneven through camp. Is that making you a little bit worried about him? He's uneven.
No, because, all right, here's the deal. We have Trubisky ranked, I think he's right at like number 20. He's like our last kind of QB2. You know there's still going to be bumps in the road. He's a second-year quarterback learning a whole new offense that's more complex than what he's used to. So, of course, there's going to be bumps, but that's what the preseason for. That's what training camp's for. His upside is still huge, in my opinion, and I still think there is the potential for like a Goff-type sophomore leap.
Ooh.
So this doesn't change my mind on Trubisky. It's expected. I would not move him down at all because I'm not going to move him up, obviously, because of this report. But I'm not moving him down. This report doesn't scare me. It's expected. Unaffected. It's expected. LaShawn McCoy has a lawsuit about a home invasion that he may or may not have been involved in. Does this worry you? Do you care about this report?
I do care. It's kind of weird, but I do care. It's just where McCoy's going in drafts, this little weird cloud, it's just been a weird situation, right? His ex-girlfriend like accused him of beating her and child abuse, dog abuse, all this weird stuff, and then somebody broke into her house, I guess, and asked for specific items that people were like, those are LaShawn McCoy's items. There's just a lot of smoke, and sometimes the old saying, where there's smoke, there's fire. I don't know if anything's necessarily going to happen to McCoy. I actually kind of doubt it. But with that said, based on where you got to take him, there's a chance that, Roger Goodell pretty much can do what he wants. So he could be like...
guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah, something happens. He's like, you're out 4 games until that happens. They appeal. It's a nightmare. It's just... I am a little worried about it.
Move him down a little.
So, all right, Dustin. I got a question for you. Mr. Barber. So the Bucs coach is saying Peyton Barber. That's our starter. I don't care about this Ronald Jones. I got Peyton Barber, yo.
I mean... I don't necessarily think that this really impacts where you draft Jones very much, but I do think you got to move Barber up a decent amount. So we were never really huge on Jones necessarily just because of his situation. We don't really think it's that good of a situation. And we see him as more of a kind of change of pace guy that could have, obviously, home run potential every time he touches the ball. So I do think that Barber might fit the better early down work guy on Tampa Bay. Do you get excited about Barber on that offense? No, of course not. But I do think it does move Barber up. But Jones, I think, basically stays unaffected. He's still the fun pick. He's still the guy that everyone is getting excited about. But I do think Barber, he's not going anywhere.
So you're in a draft, you're still taking Jones over Barber.
Oh,
obviously.
Yeah.
Not even
but
close.
It just puts Barber on the map is all that it does. All right, next one. The 49ers signed Alfred Morris. Okay, does he make the roster? Does this worry you about Burita? Does this worry you about McKinnon?
Not as much, but a little bit.
So tell me about it.
So here's the deal. A, I think he makes the roster. B, with the banged up McKinnon and Burita, I'm more worried about Burita's injury than McKinnon, and with Alfred Morris coming there. With that said, I think Morris makes the team, and that does make McKinnon's leash, in my opinion, a little bit shorter. Shanahan's familiar with him. He's obviously very familiar with the Shanahan offense, and it is a more of complicated offense. So if McKinnon's not picking it up or something's not happening, he's not running it the way Shanny wants him to run it, it just makes the McKinnon, we're already nervous about McKinnon, like end of the second pick. It just makes me even a little bit more nervous. So I do think he makes the team. There's an outside chance that he's just there right now, so there's a healthy body practicing. But I got a feeling he's going to make the team, and it just makes me just a teeny bit more nervous.
We said all along, McKinnon's not an every down back. Like,
right.
They're going. Burita was going to be the guy if it wasn't Morris. So I mean, McKinnon's going to get his 15 touches, and he's going to have a lot of value in PPR.
Hey Dustin, you been watching Hard Knocks?
I haven't. Some snippets here and there.
Oh, I love Hard Knocks. Terrible answer.
You know who's not there, though?
Who isn't there? Josh Gordon isn't there, but guess what? The reports are he's going to come soon, and he did call, if you did not see it on Hard Knocks, he called the head coach to say, don't worry, coach, I'll be there soon. So what does that mean? Should we now draft him in the 3rd round because he's the greatest wide receiver of all time?
We got so much flack
My God.
for having Gordon on our bust list. I think he was going to pick 37 when we said that that's too high. And we got so much flack for it, and there was speculation, there was rumors in Rumorville that something was
there
going
wasn't.
on.
We got the rumor. There was no other rumor out there.
We heard some. We thought it was a drug.
Thought it was
test,
a little different, but still,
whatever. It doesn't matter. But if you take out all of the off-field stuff and all of the mental issues, 37, sure, the guy's amazing. But with all of that other stuff, and now, like, why isn't he there? What is happening?
Yeah,
you know, it's like there's just I mean, I really hope he gets himself figured out, gets back on the field, and we can see what he can do. But until we get some clear-cut information, it is really hard to put any faith in Gordon on draft day. So,
hey, why don't you ask me about Freeman?
Which Freeman? Oh, Royce Freeman.
Yes,
we got
sir.
one more. Royce Freeman, primary back before long out there in Denver. Question mark.
So we had Booker as a deep sleeper. And that was before any of the Booker might be starting kind of stuff. I'm just humble bragging and pat ourselves on the back way too much here. I'm sure I'm going to get hate for it. But it's true, we did. So you would think because of that, I'd be like, I don't care about this report. I care about this report. I got to really... Booker's... I was hoping for better stuff with reports. There hasn't been really great stuff with Booker. And with Freeman, it sounds like he's picking up pass protection a little bit more. They really like what he's doing out there. It seems like he is going to be the every down back. But you still need to get Booker if you're getting him. I think they're a good kind of duo. Because I think somebody's going to be leaned heavily on. And if it's not Freeman week 1 or 2, it's probably going to happen during the year. So I do care about this report.
Well, we said all along that Freeman's the clear favorite. We just didn't think that
Booker was like going like 135
right.
or something crazy.
So he could be interesting. So that was kind of what we wanted to do. Just talk through some of these reports because you see them all the time, and sometimes they get way more attention than they deserve, and other times they might need a little more attention.
A running back like looking better and asking for more carries.
He put on 5 pounds of muscle.
Oh, and he wants more touches. Kidding.
He's working on his hands. Like, of course he's trying to.
Dustin.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Check out all our other videos.
Give me a pen flip. I know I'm
subscribe.
going to catch it because that was such a good throw. Son of a gun. Give me a pen flip because I knew it was such a good throw. Boom!
Get into our FanDuel game.